Hey everyone, my name's Kevin. Today I'm going to talk about the Robinhood Cash Management Account, or I should say the relaunch of the Robinhood Cash Management Account. I think it's pretty interesting. They solved a lot of the issues they had before, and I think it's worth checking out. Now I make videos like this all the time about real estate, personal finance, investing, so if you like that sort of thing and you're a nerd like me, be sure to subscribe to the video. And if this video helped you out, be sure to give it a like. Now let's get into it. So let me break it down for you. It's an all-out war out there, and you know who the winner is? It's you, the consumer, and me, and everyone else who wants to get a bank account or a credit card. It seems like the launch of all these fintech firms like Robinhood, SoFi, Wealthfront, and all those other ones out there has really changed the game for consumers. It's no longer the case that you're stuck with those brick and mortar firms like Bank of America and Chase and Wells Fargo, all of those firms that charge you money just to have a checking account and pay you no interest at all. You've got firms out there like Robinhood and others that offer all the wonderful perks of a checking account for free, and they give you a stellar interest rate. Now, Robinhood just launched the Cash Management Account, their version of a checking account. Here are the key takeaways of the account. It offers a 2.05% interest rate, which is great, especially when compared to Bank of America and Chase, which offer close to 0%. Robinhood's account is also FDIC insured, or more specifically, it'll sweep your account funds into banks that are FDIC insured. The Robinhood Cash Management Account is also free to use. It costs you nothing to open this account. And the last key takeaway is that Robinhood allows you to access tons of ATMs all over the country for free if you want to withdraw cash from your account. They give you a debit card and you could use that to withdraw cash anywhere you go, and you could use it to pay with your debit card anywhere you go as well. So for those who remember, in late 2018, Robinhood actually rolled out their first initiation of this account. The Robinhood Cash Management Account at the time offered a phenomenal 3% interest rate, which at first raised some alarm bells with some people because it was so much better than every other interest rate out there. As people started to scrutinize this account a little bit more, they realized that in 2018, this account actually wasn't FDIC insured, which I'll explain why it's so important later. Robinhood tried to get around this by claiming that it was governed by a different form of insurance governing securities, but as it turned out, there was a giant PR disaster, and the head of the securities regulatory body claimed that Robinhood's account wasn't actually governed by that insurance. Robinhood was forced to roll back this account and take it off the market, and so since 2018, their account has not been around, and up until yesterday, Robinhood's checking account wasn't around until they launched this new iteration of it. Robinhood's account now is FDIC insured, and the reason why that is so important is because FDIC insurance is insurance from the government that your deposits in that bank are going to be secured up to a certain amount, $250,000 per account in 2019. Now, Robinhood takes the approach with FDIC insurance the same way as a lot of other banks out there have now started to do with FDIC insurance. Namely, when you deposit money into Robinhood, Robinhood will actually sweep your account funds into member banks. Some of these member banks that Robinhood has include Goldman Sachs and US Bank, highly reputable companies that offer FDIC insurance on those accounts. And so Robinhood takes the money and sweeps it into those accounts. And that's actually how you get the FDIC insurance. Technically, the way it works for these accounts like Robinhood or SoFi is that they'll sweep the account. It's up to you to actually verify that the money is in the member bank. But for all intents and purposes, it will be. The reason why FDIC insurance is so important is because, as anyone reading the news or has been following along, startups can go bust all the time. Even highly reputable companies can fold over time. And what happens if you have your money with an institution that all of a sudden goes bankrupt? You wouldn't want your money sitting in, for example, Blockbuster. A Blockbuster declares bankruptcy and you're kind of, out of luck there. Robinhood and other banks that are FDIC insured avoid that problem. This is why a lot of people were hesitant to get the Robinhood account originally before Robinhood pulled it off the market, because they could look at a litany of startups that have failed, even ones that have been backed by highly successful investors. One that comes to mind is Juicero, that ridiculous company out there, which if you don't know anything about, you should read about, and it's really phenomenal how it was funded so much. But the point is, Robinhood is a startup, and Robinhood could fail. Nobody knows. It likely won't fail. It has more than 6 million customers, and it seems to be very transparent. But if you have FDIC insurance, you know that your money is going to be protected up to a certain dollar amount. Now, getting back to the Robinhood account. This account, I think, is a game changer in the same way that Schwab's initiation of a $0 commission trading a few days ago was a game changer for the stock market industry. Let me explain what I mean. Robinhood's a cash account of 2.05% is an opt-in account. So if you're a member of Robinhood and you already trade securities with them and you have some cash sitting on the side and it's just sitting in the account, likely you're not going to be earning very much money on that. That is until this account was rolled out. Now, this account, as it's stated today, is going to give you more than 2% interest. That compares with other firms like Schwab, which pay you mere pennies on the dollar. As of the day of this video, it's about 0.5% for the money sitting in their form of their cash account in your unsettled securities fund. So when you have this account with Robinhood, you're going to be earning a little bit more money than you would otherwise. I think this is especially interesting, especially in light of the way that the financial markets are going today. A lot of firms out there that have $0 commission trading models for their stock buying portfolio are hoping to make money off of your unsettled cash sitting in the account that they can pay you very little interest on, and then they go lend out that money. That's exactly what Charles Schwab is banking on. And when Charles Schwab just last week rolled out their $0 stock trading platform, that's why I think this account is so interesting, because Robinhood already offers a $0 free commission model of their stock buying platform where you can go and buy stocks for $0, and they're going to give you this more than 2% interest on your money in their account. So for example, if you're trading with Robinhood and you have this account, and say for example you have $5,000, $4,000 of which are in stocks and $1,000 is in cash, well, previously you wouldn't be earning very much money in that $1,000 sitting in your account. Now with this account, if you sign up for it and it's sitting there, you're going to be earning 2%, which may not seem like a lot, but as your portfolio grows and as you have more and more cash that you're waiting to deploy and purchase stocks with, you're going to find that to be a very significant amount of money. And let me just say, on its own, this Robinhood account at first glance seems to be a pretty good account overall. There are accounts out there like Wealthfront, for example, which offer a very slightly higher interest rate of 2.07%, but they don't have the functionality that this Robinhood account appears to have. For example, the Wealthfront account doesn't have debit card access as of the day of this video. They're looking to add it in the future, but the Robinhood account, you actually get a debit card with this account. They've got a lot of really cool designs you can see on their website. You can have an American flag design or a totally black or white design. It's pretty cool and pretty slick, but the point is you can actually use a debit card with Robinhood so that if you were to trade a stock and it went to cash and you had it in your account, you can go out and actually withdraw that money from an ATM or use that money with your debit card right away. Robinhood has stated that the way they hope to make money with this account is by the interchange fees that they'll collect when you use your debit card at a bunch of different retailers. But as I've talked about in my other videos, I do not recommend people use a debit card for their transactions because number one, it's not as safe and secure as using a credit card. And number two, you're not going to earn the same amount of rewards as you would if you used your credit card. I recommend checking out some of my credit card videos if you want some of my suggestions on what cards to use in your daily spend. But just at a high level, the debit card access may be convenient, but it's not a good way for you to spend your money. I don't anticipate that this account will be supremely profitable on its own for Robinhood, simply because they are going to be passing along so much interest to you, and chances are the interchange fees that they're going to make are going to be not as significant as the money that they would be able to make if they only give you 0.5% and lent out your money at 2%, like Charles Schwab does. So I think this account is more like an added bonus that is a result of the heating up war in the financial industry. That's why I think it's an all-out war, and the beneficiaries are customers who are shopping around for the best accounts. So that's my quick take on Robinhood's cash management account, their version of a checking account. Now, this account you can sign up for on the wait list now, and it's not officially rolled out, but it will be in the coming days and weeks. And at that point, I'll probably revisit the account and see if it built up to the promise that Robinhood has led on. But my take is that the fact that Robinhood has relaunched this account, and they know all the scrutiny that they got before with their failure of launching this account in 2018, I think that it will hold up to scrutiny, and I'm pretty excited about this account. Overall, I don't think that I'm going to switch and get a Robinhood account simply because I'm happy with the banks that I have now, and the interest rates are going to be comparable. I use SoFi Money, which I found to be very, very sleek and very helpful as well, and it has the same sort of idea. You know, it's free to use, and the interest rate is today it's about 1.8%, but it fluctuates like all the other banks. I'm pretty happy where I am now, but I can see why this Robinhood account is going to be something that a lot of people take advantage of. What do you guys think of this account? Let me know in the comments below, because when I first saw this account launch in 2018, it put a bad taste in my mouth because I thought this is a half-baked idea. It clearly wasn't rolled out correctly, and I can't believe a firm that has as much at stake as Robinhood failed on such a massive level, but they seem to have redeemed themselves somewhat. We'll see when it actually rolls out in the future if it holds up to what they're promising. But I expect it to be, you know, a pretty good account, especially because they have gotten so much scrutiny before. They've taken steps to hire people from the SEC and work with outside regulators to ensure that they're complying. And overall, I think that it'll be a pretty solid account. It especially is way better than all those brick and mortar accounts out there. So let me know what you think. I want to hear it in the comments below. And if this video helped you out, be sure to give it a like. And if you like this kind of thing, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Thanks.